after 4 hours of flight delays, 8.5 hours in the air, at least 2.5 hours of the worst turbulence we've ever experienced, and I would guess about 0 hours of sleep, we're doing what any two respectable, responsible, level-headed adults would do in this situation.
We're going to Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Yeah, we are. Does anyone actually call it that?
Yeah, some people. Some people don't realize that there's another Six Flags park in California. I like, though, how nostalgic the sign is. Like, it literally says, like, gift shop under it.
There's no gift shop there, though.
No, not at all.
Okay, I didn't think so. Oh my gosh. I still remember the first time I saw this view, like a few months ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4 months ago, something like that.
Didn't think I'd be back here so soon, but I mean, when you're in the area. We legitimately just got off a plane from Tahiti at like, what, 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning?
That was how we ended out our big trip down under. So that whole series is coming out soon. We're just putting this out first because this is gonna be a lot quicker to do.
All right, this might be like the best parking lot view at a Six Flags park. Rivaled only probably by Great Adventure and Great America, yeah?
That's true, yeah. Although you'd think with a park with 20 roller coasters that you'd see at least one coaster going, but no!
We found an operational coaster. It is a one train. Oh wait, are they dueling?
No.
Just kidding, that's a one train operation.
Silly Sarah. Twisted Colossus doesn't duel. There we go, there's those iconic fountains at the entrance. You see Tatsu right over there. I think we're gonna go to the right. We're trying to decide which roller coasters to do because we are very, very sunburnt.
Like tremendously sunburned. So we have to consider where the restraints will fall onto our bodies because, for example, an over-the-shoulder restraint is a no-no right now because it is very, very red and it would hurt very, very bad. So maybe like Twisted Colossus, it's got a lap bar.
Full throttle.
That would work.
All right, so yep, here's our first ride of the day. It is closed. Of course, Goliath. This is going under like a huge refurb right now, so that's kind of to be expected. I think we're gonna actually start off by getting some food right over here. Gotta use that meal plan. So we got a carne asada quesadilla. I feel like this is one of the better food items at Magic Mountain.
It's one of the better food items at Six Flags, like, period.
There must be a festival coming up or something, because how many of these disco balls are hanging from the trees?
Not enough.
Not
for a disco party.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the sunburn. There goes Wonder Woman. Our first ride back in the US is gonna be...
basically Hot Racer.
Yeah.
The colors.
Literally.
It's a risky little game though, because we've got those like weird collar things. I'm like, will they scrape up against my sunburn? Probably.
We're talking about all these rides with lap bars that we could start off doing. Instead, the first ride we picked is one with over the shoulders.
But the thing is, it didn't even hurt my shoulders that bad. I hurt, like, that was hurting my back. And I have a feeling that's gonna be a thing on every one of these coasters.
All right, so on a scale of 1 to 5, this is the sunburn scale. 1 being it didn't hurt that much, 5 it hurt a lot. What do you rate it?
We got like a 3.
3? All right, so I had a different experience. I was kind of leaning forward, so it didn't really hit my back. And I thought that the shoulder straps, because they have some flex to them, it like moved with my body, so it didn't really rub. So like I give that like a 1 out of 5. Like
do you guys
that
even
didn't
care
really.
About this? We're gonna keep going, but like, is this really important to most people?
I don't know if you're sunburnt. Like, how does that affect riding roller coasters?
This video is for you if you are sunburnt and visiting Magic Mountain. That is a very niche audience.
Superman is one of the many rides here that is not open, although I think Lex Luthor is. Also, look at the moon right there. It's like really pretty. I didn't even realize this, but they have Black Adam depicted on the back of this DC Universe sign. For Lex Luthor, they still have the virtual reality ride rules up. That's hilarious. So we just got off Lex Luthor. First of all, it's cold out here, and so being up at the top, it's freezing.
I forgot it's like winter.
Yeah, but even
okay, we were just in a place where it was summer.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of February, and now March.
But even in LA, it's not supposed to get that cold. Although I did see somewhere that there were some flurries like in this area and down by Disneyland and everything, which is, yeah, very weird. That's not supposed to happen. But anyways, sunburn scale for Lex Luthor, I give that a 0.
Yeah, that was 0. That was fine.
Like the way that it goes over, it doesn't even touch your body. So fantastic. So now we're entering the Scream Punk district for some rides on Twisted Colossus, and not Scream because it's still closed. You're destined to never ride it.
I'm starting to think that.
2 trains on Twisted Colossus, which 2 trains is ideal on most roller coasters, but on Twisted Colossus you really need 3 in order to really maximize it. But this is still not that bad of a wait.
No, it's not that bad.
You might get a half duel. So on top of only having 2 trains going, the other thing that I noticed of why a duel is probably not going to happen is they only have 2 operators on the platform. So that means that each one of them is checking the entire train on each side. If you had 4 people, which again, this is purely just a staffing issue, but then you could have 2 people check front of the train, 2 people the back, and then you could send it in way less time. But if you look, none of those people care. What?
You just want to be in the shot.
Oh. All right, there it is. Guess what happened?
We didn't do it.
No, not at all.
Well, to be fair, the other train was on the lift when we were on our second lift.
Yeah.
But it was like wicked far behind.
It did start to slow down so that the other train could catch up, but the programming is just off. Like the other train should have been moving way faster, or us like way slower or something, but no, it just doesn't quite get there.
Here's the thing is that I don't feel like the individual layouts make that much sense without the other train dueling with it. Does that make sense? Like I feel
I get what you're saying.
Like if I were to just take one of those by itself, which is essentially what happens when it's not dueling, I would just kind of be like, that's like kind of a low tier RMC. But then when you put the 2 together, that's where it makes sense. So like the way it's running right now, it's like kind of like meh.
No, this is one of my least favorite RMCs. I've said this a million times, but the ride frustrates me every time I ride it.
It should be a top tier.
The things that bother me are when things are so close to being perfect or close to perfect, but then it just doesn't get there, you know? So it's like almost amazing.
Sunburn scale?
0. Didn't bother me.
That was like a 2.5, but you also didn't sunburn your butt.
We've made our way over to Full Throttle, so this is actually going to be our last ride for the day because the park closes in like 20 minutes, but we'll be back tomorrow.
It's your birthday. If you guys want a surprise, the countdown, if you want to just go.
Alright, we just got off Full Throttle. What a weird ride. I mean, it's cool though. It works.
Very cool. Full Throttle almost just became Full Swaddle because I'm so sleepy. You know, like you swaddle a baby.
That kind of exhaustion. We're at that point in the day.
I'm chugging along though, but I think the park's about to close, so maybe I'm off the hook now.
Yeah, we can go ahead and head back.
But about that ride, it was so much fun. I said that the backward like launch portion kind of reminds me of like a smaller version of the Spike on Steel Taipan.
I would agree.
Just making Australia references.
Because we can now.
Who thought that the brakes being like on a decline like that were a good idea?
I don't know.
Sunburn rating? At the end there was like a 4.
Wow.
Because you really kind of like drag along like your body along everything. You get like, you know, I don't know, what was it for you?
I didn't think it was that bad, but I'm starting to think maybe I'm starting to think maybe my sunburn isn't that bad. Well, only a couple of rides there covered so far in this video, but that's okay.
But we're not done yet.
Exactly, yeah. So we're gonna come back tomorrow morning, do a couple more rides. We won't stay the entire day. They're open, they have like really long hours and stuff. And we have some more parks that we're doing coming up. So like, we gotta conserve some energy, you know?
The little energy that we have left.
I was gonna say, we're both pretty drained if it isn't abundantly clear. So we're gonna go ahead and go to bed and we'll see you tomorrow morning. But first, all right, we're back. That was delicious.
And a wonderful night's sleep to go with it.
Yeah, I feel so much better rested. So we are here on a Saturday now from the parking lot. You can tell it's a lot busier.
And what else could you tell from the parking lot?
they're running 3 trains on Twisted Colossus.
So I think we're gonna start out today the same way we ended yesterday, but hopefully with a better outcome.
Yeah, we saw multiple, like, mostly dueling rides. Like, it wasn't
a little
quite,
off, but
yeah.
It's like, if you're at the back of one train and the front of the other, like, you'll be going next to each other, but if you're, like, anywhere over here, it's, like, kind of eh.
But we're watching this happen, and I'm like, I haven't seen this thing duel in years. Like, I'm honestly shocked, because oftentimes, even when they do run 3 trains, it seems like, yeah, it doesn't quite line up. And granted, we did see several trains that were not dueling at all. But, like, we saw a couple in a row that were, like, right in line, and I was, like, shocked.
All right, enough chitter-chatter. Let's go try and get one, because
yes.
please.
All right, this is the price we pay for getting a potential dueling ride in Twisted Colossus. The line is all the way out here.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be so sad if we don't get one after waiting in this line. I will probably cry.
I swear everyone in the park heard that Twisted Colossus was dueling. It's like, let's go here.
I mean, is that not exactly what we just did?
Literally why. It's so long, I want to scream. Well, that was a waste of time. We were just in line for 40 minutes and then it broke, not once, but twice. And the second time, it's like big broke.
Yeah,
like,
the first time they were like, it's just a temporary delay, and it was like 15 minutes,
yeah.
So we're like, all right.
This time, they're like, everyone out of line, like, we're done. Yeah, X2's closed. Wonder Woman Flight of Courage is closed. All of the top of the mountain is closed.
We should have done X2. Yes, it was open yesterday.
X2 was open yesterday, but we had no idea that it was going to be closed today. There's actually very few big roller coasters that are open. It's like mainly Tatsu, West Coast Racers, in full throttle. Yep, and sure enough, West Coast Racers is sporting a 90-minute wait, completely full queue. Jeez, man. So before we hop in the line, stopping for some food. This is at the Chicken Coop. It's a chicken and waffle sandwich. It's pretty good.
I will be the judge of that.
It's rare that you see like parks offer food stuff like that, so it's always exciting when you find something. Alright, so we're hurrying away from West Coast Racers because one, screw that line.
Yeah, we literally, I think we stood there for like 15 minutes and we didn't move.
That has terrible capacity. 12 people per train, and their dispatches are slow.
That's such a good ride.
I know, but man, that is not worth the line. We're hurrying away because we just saw on the app that X2's open. It only has a 10-minute wait. X2's open. There's Tatsu, which is currently at a 150-minute wait.
Nah.
Yeah, that is so freaking bad. Look at how many rides are closed. That is insane. Apocalypse is currently the longest line in the park.
3 hours.
Apocalypse.
Like, it's like a fine ride, but I don't.
It's a GCI.
3 hours, and I feel bad because those people who are probably waiting 3 hours for it don't know. I feel like overall, you put not only your guests but your employees kind of in a shit situation, pardon my French, by doing stuff like this, because the guests are already unhappy at this point because they're waiting in crazy long lines for short rides. So then the employees have to deal with like cranky guests. They have to work harder to try to keep the line moving, and it's like, you know, if they had more staff on and an extra train, which I'm sure the park can afford to do, then everyone would be a lot happier. The guests, the employees, like everything would run much smoother. So I'm just not understanding who the decision is being made for besides
Salim Basil.
Yeah, besides the people who make all the money at the top. I don't know who benefits.
All right, good news, guys. The line is not out the entrance. That makes this the only roller coaster in the park that is actually got a line that is self-contained. All right, here's what we're dealing with. You know what? Definitely seen worse.
It was way worse the last time we were here. Goodbye, Taylor. We're about to get X twice. X2! Oh, X2! X5, 6. All right, bye!
All right, so I just got off an inside seat on the second to last row, and now Sarah's about to go to an inside seat on the last row.
I'm scared. 15 and I've definitely screaming the F-bomb the whole way down the first drop. I'm so sorry if you're watching this.
So if you're ever wanting to avoid all of that line, here's the sign. Yep, single rider entrance. All you do is go up the exit. So here we are underneath the roller coaster, and I think that we're probably gonna be the only ones in this line because I don't think anyone else actually knows about it. All right, so we just went up these stairs. They opened a gate, dropped us in the back 2 rows. I think we spent more time on the brake run than we did waiting for the ride and then actually on the ride combined.
I think you're right.
I don't know, like, I'm finding myself enjoying the B&M flying coasters less and less.
Oh, honey, that's age. That's age right there.
We're actually gonna skip the line for West Coast Racers because we have a newest thing that we've discovered. And that is
the one-shot flashback?
It's basically the Disney Lightning Lane where you can pay to skip one ride, but you can do that at Magic Mountain. The thing is that I think that if you're gonna skip any line at Magic Mountain and you gotta pay for it, this is the one that you do because
it moves so slow.
The capacity is really bad. All right, we're about to ride in the front row.
That's so exciting.
And even with Flash Pass, that took like 15 minutes.
It's fine.
No, it is.
Worth my $12.
All right, so there we are. We actually rode a dueling coaster at this park. Wow, what a concept.
A proper duel, who would have thought?
Every single time. But you know what? It's a lot of fun visually just watching the other train go around.
I'm like that guy that waves.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, hi, have fun.
Yeah, because you're like enjoying the different elements while also just like taking the fact that like it is so perfectly timed because you are going back and forth with the other train. Like you don't actually know which train is gonna like hit the brakes first, you know?
I don't know that I paid attention either time. Did we win?
I have no idea.
Well,
I didn't really care.
It is a really, really fun ride. It is a great layout, and I think a lot of parks would benefit from this. I'm looking at you, Great Adventure. Come on.
Yes, absolutely.
It was so good at Great Adventure, because right now their only launch coaster is like
King to Ka.
King to freaking Ka. Like that's not for most people. Like not, that's like scary for a lot of people.
Yeah, I agree. The East Coast Racers, come on guys, make it happen.
I don't know if this happens to you, but the comfort colors really do smack my neck, and I imagine that is why Icebreaker like had to change its height issue requirement thing, because if I was a bit smaller, it would be doing the same thing but to my head, like around like your temples, which is really painful.
All right, so we just did one racing coaster, but the next one is even gonna be more epic. All right, we're gonna end things off the same exact way that we started today, but hopefully with a better.
Off yesterday.
Yeah, I know. This better be a better outcome. We've been in line now for 20 minutes, and we are resorting to the level of boredom where the group of 6 tweens in front of us are just taking turns slapping each other.
You wanna play?
No. 40 minutes later, we're about to ride Twisted Colossus, and even though they have 3 trains, there's like no chance we're gonna get a dueling ride. They must have swapped crews or something because they're not even close to dueling. Welcome everyone to Twisted Colossus. We're stuck here. We're very, very broken.
We're about to duel. We're about to duel, and we were so excited. We were obviously on the blue side, and like the green side's going pretty slow, and I'm like, oh my god, we're catching up, we're gonna do it. And then I'm looking, I'm like, Taylor, is the green side moving? And he's like, yeah, of course they are. I'm like, I think they are. And we just zoom right on past them, go through the whole course, and they still hadn't.
They still moved. So we're stopped here on green, just chilling. Look at the pre-section. Look how wonky that is. Great view of Goliath. And full disclaimer, this camera was in the pouch right here. Obviously zipped up, was not using it on the ride, but we've been sitting here for probably like 10 minutes. So if we get evac from right here, then technically this is half of a ride.
Do you have the credit if this is your only ride?
No, I say no, but yeah, look at that. If those people get an evac, I'm gonna be so jealous because that is a way cooler evac than right here. But this is still an evac, so this is not what we expected to happen at all.
I just can't believe we were like I'm like, it's really gonna happen. We're getting a duel. And like the one thing that I never would have expected is like we just bypassed them completely. We're like, what?
Yeah. Well, here we are. They're here.
I'm so jealous
I
right now.
know. Look at those people. Gotta walk all the way down. All right, we made it off Twisted Colossus.
Quite an experience.
That was, we were there for a long time. That might have been, I don't know, if, I wasn't checking the time, but I mean, it felt like it was probably 20, 30 minutes, like in total. Here's what I'll say. I was very impressed with the team of individuals that came forward to get everyone off. There was a big group, like probably 14 people to help everyone off the 2 trains. They were doing both trains at once, talking to everyone, making sure they're okay. So props to Six Flags for that. Very professional, well done. As compensation for getting stuck, they did say that you can go up the exit for whatever attraction you choose, except for Wonder Woman, funny enough. Even after an evac, they still are like, nah, it's too new. Now we're walking past Goliath here on our way to X2.
Freaking cold
I know.
right now.
We're gonna do one more ride on that because, well, we can, but it is definitely freezing, and then we're gonna actually leave. All right, up we go. About to get a night ride. Really hoping the fire's on to heat up our bodies, you know.
I've never done a night ride on X2.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
All right, so there you have it, our actual last ride of the night. An actually complete ride from start to finish.
Can you imagine an evac off this?
Oh, that'd be so cool. I don't even know how that would work, but
I don't either.
yeah. What do you think of it at night? We did front row.
Yeah, the night aspect is definitely cool. I just don't think I quite understand. Like you said, that's probably in your top 20.
Or 25, something like that. Yeah, it's up there for me.
I don't know. I just like it's. I love the first drop. It's absolutely demented, messed up, all of the above. And I guess I like the element after that, but then you got like that like swooping turn where nothing happens.
Yeah.
And the next 2 elements are like really rough.
I don't know, this ride works for me. I just think it's totally insane. I love how intense it is. I think the uniqueness is so cool, and it's the closest we get here in the U.S. to Edgenica, so you know, gotta give it some.
I would love something like Edgenica to be built here, something that fixes the problems I have with this.
Yes, that's why it's so great. Like I'd love a modern day one of these, like in the U.S.
So loud?
Dude, I don't know. There are a lot of crazy kids here. That's for sure. So, anyways, I think that's gonna do it for this video here at Six Flags Magic Mountain. A great welcome back into the U.S. Lots of great roller coasters. I know that we obviously expressed a lot of like concerns or issues with the park today, but largely I think because it is a Saturday and it's crazy and like a lot of closed rides and stuff. Yeah, so I think that it's obviously a much better experience when you come during the week, but hopefully we do see some more attractions like open up here at Magic Mountain soon, like Scream, Riddler, Viper, Superman, all of those.
But with the crowds they're getting, like they need to open more stuff.
Yes, I definitely agree there. But yeah, they're no longer 365, so they're only open on the weekends anyways.
365, Brian?
Yeah.
365?
Not Magic Mountain.
Brian, Coaster 365 on YouTube.
Hey, there you go. That's a fun plug. So, anyways, no, this was a good time. So, we got 2 more parks that we're doing here on this little trip. So we got.
Disney World.
We're going to Disney. No, we're not. We're going to Disneyland. So we're going to do the new Mickey and Minnie's there, and then we're going to go to Universal Hollywood and experience Super Nintendo World. It's going to be so good. So, thank you guys so much for joining us for this video, and we'll see you next time.